One ring to rule them all, and in the Congress bind them. Get ready for the conversation.
I think there's a bunch of greedy
Hello and welcome to the conversation. I'm Tony Katz. On today's show, Senator John McCain has tough words for the Tea Party. Joining me to discuss this from hotair.com, Ed Morrissey joins us. And, of course, from newsbusters.org, Associate Editor Noel Sheppard. Guys, it's good to have you here. This is Senator John McCain, former presidential candidate, senator from Arizona. This is what he had to say regarding the Tea Party and their ideas on the debt limit. He says, and I'm reading here, the Republican House that failed to raise the debt ceiling would somehow escape all blame. The Democrats would have no choice but to pass a balanced budget amendment and reform entitlements, and the Tea Party Hobbits could return to Middle-earth having defeated Mordor. Now, this is McCain basically saying that Tea Party people who think Obama's going to get the blame are living in a fantasy world and refers to them as hobbits. Ed Morrissey, what is John McCain doing?
Well, he may be trying to cast a 10th level spell from the towers of Barad-dûr, sending out the Nazgul to retrieve what happened, what's left of his political career. I mean, I could go on with my whole Tolkien geek for the rest of the day here, but this is John McCain being John McCain. This is the guy who basically spent about 8 years sucking up to the media, offering up criticisms of Republicans in order to be seen as the good guy by mainstream media outlets like the New York Times, and suddenly discovered when he tried running for president that they hated him anyway.
You know, by the way, I thought you were going Dungeons and Dragons in that first part right there.
If he does, I'm out of here.
Mixing my geeks, you know.
Yeah, no, let me tell you this part. This is the other part of it. He says this is the kind of crack political thinking that turned Sharon Angle and Christine O'Donnell into GOP nominees. How am I wrong in saying that this is an absolute attack from the GOP on the Tea Party?
Well, first of all, I have to say, clearly he's not Gandalf. He's behaving much more like Gollum, for those of you who remember your Hobbit.
Oh, good Lord. I'm getting emails on that. Guaranteed or your money back.
No, you know what? I have to agree with Ed here. I think that this is McCain being McCain. He has a tendency, I'm not sure that this is McCain the Maverick or McCain the Alzheimer's patient. He has a tendency to say some really goofy things from time to time. And, we're in the middle of a very, very serious debate in Washington right now with the clock running. And it seems, I mean, even Joe Scarborough from MSNBC at this point understands that the Tea Party pretty much are running things. So this isn't the time for someone within the Republican Party to be offending the segment of the Republican Party that seems to be ruling the GOP right now. This is a very, very silly maneuver by Gollum.
And by the way, you're saying Gollum. I would say Wormtongue. Allow me to interject into this Lord of the Rings love fest.
I think Tony, you're wrong about that. I would call McCain Saruman, and I would call Lindsey Graham Wormtongue. But 6 of one, half dozen of another.
In the end result, how does the Tea Party respond to these basically attacks from Senator McCain? Ed, quickly.
I think they ignore him. I mean, he's never been a Tea Party fan. He wasn't a fan of the grassroots when he was running for president, and the grassroots knew it. And so to me, this is just McCain being McCain, and the Tea Party is more or less going to ignore him. I will almost guarantee you that the only other Republican who might say something along these lines is Lindsey Graham.
No.
And that's just because whatever John McCain says, Lindsey Graham seems to echo.
No, what is the response from the Tea Party?
Tony, at this point, I think it's very, very possible that the old line Republicans like a McCain, like a Lindsey Graham and others are feeling to a certain extent that they're being shut out of this debate, that the debate really is playing right into the Tea Party's hands. And whatever they say at this point, they really should probably be quiet and just let these deliberations continue the way they're going, because I think all they're doing is potentially screwing things up.
I would say that is well said, and a reminder to Senator McCain that in the end, the hobbits win. Just want to put that out there. My thanks to Ed Morrissey of Hot Air, the big man with the big stories over there at hotair.com. Be sure to check it out. And Noel Sheppard, much thanks to you at Newsbusters, where he is the associate editor. Check him out at newsbusters.org. As for me, you can find me on Twitter and Facebook and with the elves. Just go to @Tony Katz and hear me every day on the radio at allpatriotsmedia.com. I'm Tony Katz. This is The Conversation. Have one on your own. We'll see you soon.
Just a bunch of greedy, ordinary, swinging in this country.